So this Tuesday is Equal Pay Day, and it comes as studies show the huge wage gap that persists between men and women. I'm joined now by Kristin, Rowe-Finkbeiner, Executive Director and CEO, co-founder of Moms Rising. So first off, thank you for coming in on the weekend.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about Moms Rising and what it is.
Moms Rising is an organization of over 1 million women across the country, 40,000 right here in Washington State, working to end discrimination and increase economic security.
How did you become a part of it?
Well, I co-founded it.
Right, but how did you come to do that?
I wrote a book called The Motherhood Manifesto. I co-wrote it with Joan Blades. And after we wrote the book, there were so many people interested, involved, and excited that we decided the next step was to work for change. So in May of 2006, we started with a handful of members. And now we have members in every state in the nation who are rising up for things like equal pay every day.
So here we are 12 years later. What kind of progress have we made?
Well, we have made significant progress.
Okay,
actually.
Good.
You know, it's sort of, you have to look at taking incremental steps down the field, and then sometimes we take giant leaps forward down the field. Most recently, right here in Washington State, we, along with many other organizations, helped pass an Equal Pay Opportunity Act, which was the first update of our state's equal pay laws in 75 years. You know, the labor force has changed a lot in the meantime. Now 50% of the labor force are women, so it's a big victory.
We hear about that number, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, the disparity between men and women. I'm sure you know it. It's like 80% or 80 cents on the dollar, close to that?
Yeah, you won the prize. So overall, it's 80 cents to a man's dollar.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember.
But then, good job. When you look at what's really happening with women, it's a very interesting and complicated story. So moms are making 71 cents, and women of color are earning much less to a man's dollar.
So how do we fix that? I mean, you talk about incrementally, but that's a long road to hoe there.
Well, you fix it by doing some of the things that were in the Equal Pay Opportunity Act, which I'm really excited about. First, it stops retaliation against talking about unfair pay. So people can compare, are they making equal pay for equal work? Second, it looks at pay transparency within businesses, so managers can see if they're accidentally paying people differently for the same job with the same experiences. And third, what it does is something really spectacular. It opens avenues to address unfair pay for equal work that aren't involving costly lawsuits. So we have that. And then we have other policies like family economic security policies, things like paid family medical leave, access to affordable childcare, access to health care. And countries where those policies are in place, the wage gap actually has narrowed significantly, because right here in the United States of America, being a mom, which 81% of women become moms, is a greater predictor of wage and hiring discrimination than being a woman. And women of color, especially moms of color, experience increased wage hits. You wanted numbers, I'm giving you numbers.
No, that's good. So if you break it down with race there and moms of color, what about LGBT or LGBTQ? How does that differ?
Oh, that is really an important question. LGBTQ plus moms are impacted even more because they're experiencing wage impacts from multiple different factors. So one of the interesting things is when you look at census data, you find that the people who are most likely to be able to afford a stay-at-home parent are two dads. Then a dad and a mom are middle likely to be able to have and afford a stay-at-home parent. And two moms are the least likely to be able to afford a stay-at-home parent because they're experiencing the double whammy of having two people experiencing intense wage hits. So the good news is that we are moving forward with policies like that just passed here. 38 other states right now are considering similar laws, so that's a lot of states. And we have some policies at the federal level that are moving forward as well. So we're seeing women rising, people rising, moms, dads rising, and really going for fair pay.
Well, part of the battle is just getting those numbers and getting it out there and having people talk about it. What are you guys doing for Fair Pay Day then?
Oh, we are having so much fun. So we have developed coffee sleeves and drink sleeves across the country, including here in Washington State at the Hill City Tap House on Equal Pay Day, April 10th, 5:30 p.m. Everybody can come.
Is that what these are that we're showing right now?
Yes, yes. Yes, you can come. You can have your coffee with some equal pay stats. You can spread the word because there's no sort of committee of people deciding to pay women less than men, right? It's not usually on purpose. It's a series of subconscious decisions over time that's implicit bias adding up. So let's have some fun, let's spread the word, and let's stop unfair pay.
I love it. Kristin, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.